what do you think would be the avenues for senior citizens, and what could be a safer bet for investments for senior?
Again, Sumana, the question of safer. Safer means what? For you, somebody who's so young, debt is very unsafe because debt will not provide you inflation protected return. So safe means what? Safe means you put your money and money is gone like that. That is unsafe, yes. But also if you keep your money, let's say a 22-year-old keeps all the money in a PPF kind of a thing. It's not. It's very unsafe because it's not going to provide you inflation adjusted return. Oh, when this person 22-year-old is 90, right? So the whole portfolio has to give a inflation and tax adjusted real return. So if inflation is 7% and you are at 10% tax, then you have to get at least 8% return. So after paying 80% of tax, you will get 7.2, which is a 0.2%. I would say you should get at least 9% in the portfolio, adjusting, which means it's getting 1.5%. So that is the number. So can you get that in a debt fund? Answer is no. So it has to have a mix of debt and equity. So if you ask me, risk comes from not understanding what you're doing. If you understand what you're doing, then there is very little risk. Of course, there is risk. I mean, some risk can happen which we don't understand. COVID was a risk which nobody understood. Nobody thought something like this would happen. Nobody thought that the recovery would be so fast. So all these things will happen. But without any of those things, also it can be very risky if you do not understand what you're doing. So for me, risk comes from not understanding what you're doing. So that is where you have to be careful. So understand, and if you can't understand, get a good advisor, sit with the advisor and ask questions. Why this fund? How much can I lose in this? Right? And is it locked in? What are the costs? What are the charges? Will you be charging me something more over and above this? What are the hidden costs? What are the can I remove it when I want? Is it locked in for 3 years? Is it locked in for 10 years? Understand the product well. After you understand the product, you make a fixed deposit or you make a mutual fund investment. But please ask these questions. We can give them 10 questions to ask, but if they don't understand the answers, then the questions are useless. So understand the product before you invest. That's a very important thing.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.